Improv Club on the corner of imagination and reality. My favorite gathering places. All types, young, old, and just in between. It's a tourist town, and this section of town is just off the glitzy way, but there's plenty of fine shops nearby, and you can always get a cold drink. A good time is always had here at the Improv Club. But the master of ceremonies is intent on having spontaneous stories told, and tonight, a second story is promised. Well, it seems that was a pretty good story. But now, can you do the second story? Trevor, as an artist, has been going to the Improv Club for years. And this time, he decided to perform, to tell the second story. The second improvisation out of the blue. And tonight, before the big crowds of improv, Trevor was going to prove something not only to the master of ceremonies. The master of ceremonies would provide a spontaneous setting at his choosing and expect you to come up with a wonderful story right in front of all these people without any preparation whatsoever. But Trevor Williams has prepared tonight. All these nights, all these lonely, cold nights, where Trevor had put himself to become something better than he was. He wanted to perform, but he had stage fright. He had written many, many great stories. Oh, if he could only get in front of the crowds, they would know that they were good. He was good at what he did. And he knew he could do what this master of ceremonies was asking for. You just heard the applause, mister! Who are you again? Trevor. Trevor! Well, Trevor, you just heard the applause. Should I ask the audience to applaud again for you, Trevor? There was a decided lump in Trevor's throat, and for a short moment his heart stopped, it seems, as he saw all the eyes and the jewelry glistening, thousands of people in front of him, and this demanding master of ceremonies who was arrogant. But Trevor seemingly gathered himself in what must have been a microsecond, and he began to tell the story. We must find out what the effects of solitary confinement are. So is the subject ready? Yes, he is right here. Are you quite sure that we will intervene if there's any issues? Certainly. All we need to do is find out more than we knew before. It's a simple matter of progressing, taking mankind further, and we should be willing to use his help. And now, take him to his solitary confinement, but bring him here, and I want to speak with him for just a moment. Bring him over here. Your name is Charles. Yes, Charles Riggins. And you do voluntarily do what we're asking you to do, Charles. Yes, sir, I volunteered. Well, Charles, I want you to know that this is going to help you in many ways concerning your time here. And so, thank you. But what we're going to do is you're going to be in this room right here, as you can see. And this is going to be all that you will ever know. You can't leave. There will be food and drink, and it should be perfectly comfortable. In fact, almost luxurious. But you will be all alone. Charles, just how long that you can stand it? If you feel as if you can go no further, there's a red button right by the left side of the room where the window is. The window is painted black, of course. There's a button. If you mash the button, we'll end the experiment. And Charles, you will receive everything we spoke of, should you not be able to finish. However, we do urge you to go as far as you can. And remember, this game has a bonus round, Charles. Don't ever forget that. You already know that he won't be able to top the last one. We just want more. How many times, how many more will we lose, proving that there's more? It's science. We must take it to the edge. Otherwise, we're not doing anything. Now, he's willing, and we're going to find out what happens. Surely, he can make it past the last ones. I am confident we can always do just a little better. And there are so many innovations that they were giving us. We must be thankful for that. If we had chosen to entertain you tonight, we would have told you some of the tales that those in solitary confinement might possibly have told. Had we been able to get a camera inside and watch, it would have been very interesting to see what craziness or what a man driven to isolation, well past the established point of safety. It would have been nice to have gotten a camera in to see what happened. But of course, as you know, it is a solitary assignment. All of us who were there at the Improv Club that night generally agreed that the story was well told. It was generally assumed that the second story did indeed occur. Once again, on that intersection of reality and imagination, on the corner, the Improv Club. Curtain at 7. Appropriate dress required. And tonight, the second story. Well, as you heard, it was a solitary affair. I am quite sure the men in lab coats also had some video of the, shall we say, experience? The experiment of solitude on a man, with all his needs met comfortably, except companionship. Solitary tragedies, no doubt. As I said, I'm sure these men in lab coats had visual evidence of many of these sordid tales. We weren't meant to be alone, and these scientists, if they proved anything at all, well, they certainly proved that. Thanks for joining us on Moonlight Trail. Tonight, a lesson in solitude. But we should all be thankful for whatever company we may find. If you enjoy watching these sort of productions, let us know in the comments. What we do is we take our very best podcast episodes from our endless adventure catalogs and we fervently apply visual production to it to our best abilities. There are many ways you can present something visually for us and a challenge to keep up with this very competitive world of video production. We try to keep the stories in character to their original intent. It is very common for us to take a story that was produced, let's say 60 minutes or something like that. And then on YouTube, we typically go in shorter segments. Please let us know what you think about this because it does lead to kind of a series, a continuation of sorts. We try to give you one good episode juncture and then we'll stop and proceed. So if you're interested in this kind of entertainment, you should be easy to find it on the playlist should you check in on Show and Tell's channel. And you can simply go to Improv playlist and listen to the shows in sequence. Thanks for joining us, and as always, have a very good life.